So the time has come. Time to do the subflooring. Yay! Time to do the subflooring in Bodhi. So did some research today and realizing that even though I don't want to, it's a little bit of it's a lot of bit of a cheaper endeavor to buy material from Home Depot for the subfloor. And on top of that, I'm having some weird phone stuff issues that I need to get resolved, and I need to go to a Verizon store, and the closest one is in Las Cruces, which is where the closest Home Depot is, which is about an hour and a half away in the bus. So I'm going to head down there right now to get the material, to get the subflooring, to get the insulation, to get the plywood and all the wood that I need to put that together. So, yeah. Here at Home Depot, buying the stuff to make the subfloor. So they didn't have 1.5 inches, so I had to go with 2-inch, whatever, a little bit warmer, a little bit thicker, whatever. And I decided to go with the little bit thicker 1.5 inches, 30 seconds on the wood. You know, I was wanting to go cheaper and get the 1/4 inch, and I'm glad I'm gonna put a little extra in there. And got some 2x ready to build the subfloor and some of the walls and the framing. Ripping 2x4s for the subfloor. So we had these 2x4s that I bought yesterday. I just ripped them all down to be 1 inch and 2 inch so that I could finish, or 2 inch and 1.5 inches so I could finish the floor, because like I said, the insulation was a little thicker than what I was wanting. But a lesson sort of came through for me while I was doing all this, where we were looking for a skill saw or circ saw, one of these lovely damaging devices, to saw this, and we had a few battery powered ones and they weren't working very well. And Sean here, the guy's helping out the property, he's like, oh, there's a few corded ones in this trailer here, so we found a corded one. Well, here's the story. The story is this: the only one that was corded and had a cord and had a blade was a left-handed saw. Story. So when I was doing plumbing back in the day in San Francisco, my first boss who was teaching me how to do plumbing was a left-handed person, and he taught me how to plumb left-handed. Likewise, he also taught me how to be ambidextrous, right? And how to do things differently, as opposed to always doing right-handed stuff. So with that, seeing the beauty in this, right? Seeing the beauty in this experience of going, oh, well, there's a left-handed saw. Huh, interesting. Last time I saw a left-handed saw was when I used to work on construction and plumbing systems in San Francisco with Nick. Nick is no longer with us. He's now in the heavens, and I can't help but wonder, you know, these little signs that have happened throughout this entire journey. Like, there's been so many little God nods, you know, God winks, whatever you want to call them, right? And this just felt like one of those. Like, how often do you see a left-handed circular saw? I don't see them very often. And here you go, and here it is. It's helping me, and was reminding me that I can use both hands. I don't have to just use one hand. I can use a circ saw. I can use both, left or right. And so these little interesting lessons that I want to share with you as I'm doing this build seem important to want to share, because they just come up, right? So either way, just adding it, and all right, well, the journey continues. And the next thing that's going to happen is I got to clean Bodhi out of all of the plywood that I got and the insulation I got last night, and then we'll start the floor. So. The time has come. We're gonna do subflooring now. Subflooring, yeah. So there's a lot of stuff in the bus right now, but the main thing is I have this wheelchair lift that I'm looking to get rid of, and it's not moving, so I have to work around it, unfortunately. Or at least that's the current situation. And then with the chairs, I'm leaving the chairs in here to do the subflooring, because what I discovered is these chairs are in this track, this unistrut track, right, which is awesome, which is really awesome, right? So to do the subflooring, I'm actually leaving them in there. I'm going to frame around it so they get stuck in there, right? Because that's where they're going, and I don't want to have to do to undo sort of thing, right? So yay, it's subflooring time. I can't wait. I'm super excited. Seems to be blowing up a gale around here. The weather, wind, of course, now as I say things, slows down, but the weather here, it's a bit windy today, which makes things fun. And Bodhi's getting built. Bodhi's getting built, doing the subflooring. It's coming together, kids. I actually did a little bit of a plan shift here. I was initially going to have the dinette over there, but I think I'm moving it over here by the front door. I'm sitting with that idea right now, but as you know, plans change. Plans change. All right, we're gonna keep building the subfloor. Let's go. Yeah. Sometimes I couldn't find my own head if it wasn't attached. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, boy. By the way, in case you're wondering, these are Osha certified steel-toed sandals. I went straight down to the Osha department and had them certified there. So don't worry, Mom. Everything's gonna be all right, I promise you. You won't feel a thing. Well, actually, you may. So morning musings as I am putting the aluminum foil tape on the joints to help seal the airflow, right? And essentially part of, put the insulation down, you know, and all these cracks, all the vents coming up, right, between the studs and the foam, was that this tape, this foil tape is paper backed, right, for a good reason. And had me thinking about part of my life that I don't think about very often, which was there was this transitionary time when I lived in Portland for a bit, in my early 20s, and I moved to Seattle for a year. And when I moved back to Portland, I moved back into my old house with my old roommate, and I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what I wanted to do in my life. I was 23, 24. Anyway, when my roommate, you know, worked in HVAC, heating and cooling, right, doing commercial buildings, and basically he gave me a job being his gopher. And for those who don't know the word gopher in construction means go for it, go fetch this, go fetch that, gopher, right? Go fetch this, go fetch that, right? And so part of my job there was to, you know, be the gopher. Was he would install all these plumbing, all these HVAC systems, and I had to go behind him with this foil tape to do all the seams, right? And so looking at this morning, it's bringing me back. But where I'm sharing this with you is It's amazing how many unique experiences that I've had in this life, one, and two, how almost every experience that I've had in my life is culminating in this moment with skills that I can put into putting this bus together, right? Like this video, the videography, like having a degree in photography and learning about videography. I mean, videography is new to me, but photography is I've been doing it my entire life. You know, building, framing, this is stuff that I learned in construction well over 10 years ago, this, you know, doing this. And so it's just interesting to see how all these little micro sections of my life have been coming together to really help support the build. And this is something that I talk about when I'm a coach, a transformational coach, right? Where I talk about people wanting to move forward in their life, maybe to a new career, and they don't know what to do about it. And they sort of panic, and I said, well, don't really worry, because everything you've done in your life will inform the next step, right? And so if you've been an engineer and you want to become a gardener, there's plenty of things that you can do in gardening where engineering is going to come into play, right? And so I've been constantly surprised through my entire life about how things from the past have informed the future. And I talk about this when I teach classes, but you know, I was a plumber, massage therapist. I was a plumber for about 4 or 5 years, working in construction. And then when I got into massage therapy, I'm like, well, how is this going to apply? Well, you know, the body is an amazing mechanical device full of hydraulic pumps, pulleys, and levers. And little did I know that all my plumbing experience would have helped my massage therapy career out, right? So you never know. You never know what's going to happen with life, right? So keep living life, and if you want to move forward, know that whatever skills you have are going to directly inform and influence and support in ways that you did not think were possible to your next phases in life, right? So just remember that, is, you know, that just wanting to put that inspirational thought out, as that's what's part of this channel as well, is me sharing my wisdom of the world with you in this channel. So yeah, and that's a little interlude to show you as I'm taping these joints. That's something to think about. First official sheet of plywood is going in Bodhi. This is a monumental experience right here, boys and girls. Just stay tuned. Yay, it's celebration. The first panel on Bodhi is officially on here. Now I can have a dance party. I can have a dance party in here now. Because why this is such a celebration is because the beautiful chairlift here, which I'm still looking and getting rid of, is sort of impeding. As you can see, it's in the middle of the floor here, so I can't really do anything, right? And so I needed a place to put it, and now it's going to be on this wonderful dance floor that I just got installed. Whew. And then hopefully sooner than later I'm going to find a solution to this chairlift. Hopefully someone gets it, or I donate it for scrap. I don't know. We'll find out. So, yay. he's shirtless. Oh boy. Oh no. All right, so I want to offer a hack to everyone to how to measure a straight line without getting complicated. All the years in construction I mentioned before sort of paid off, but watch this. So I'm drawing a line on my my foam board for the floors, right? So check this out. There's already a line here. You can't see it, but really what you do is if you need something that's 14 inches on this foam board, right? You hold your finger at 14 inches like this, like lock it in there, right? And then you just come in here, actually it's 14 3/4, and you just put the blade into the foam board, or if you are doing this on wood, you just drop a pen or pencil in that same edge, right there, and you keep your finger down here and you just run a line down the whole length, right? And it's such an easy way to keep a straight line and measuring. Who'd have thought? Well, there you go. There's your pro tip for the day. Woo boy! We're almost done, by the way. We're almost done. This is the only bit left, really, that I have of the insulating of the subfloor, and I have a little bit under those seats, which I'm still figuring out. I got some thinking I got to do with possible battery bank and whatever, but there it is. So it's a hot day. I'm actually wearing shorts and shoes, so don't worry, people. I'm not really naked. All right. In an effort to have zero waste, I just wanted to show you this one square where I have all sorts of different cuts coming through, triangle pieces from triangle cuts over here, and making this thing fit because I didn't want to have to, this was such a small piece that I didn't want to have to cut into the big board to use, and I'm trying to be thrifty. So anyway, this is a little bit of my OCD, but it's also just showing you where there's a will, there's a way. Time is here. The time is here where we are about to be done with taping, and I just wanted to document this wonderful victory celebration, right? I have to go buy more tape. I ran out of tape yesterday, and I wanted to just finish this before the day gets ending, and I just figured this is such a momentous occasion, at least for me, that we had to document this. Second to last cumbersome piece. Here it is, boys and girls, the last threshold. Here it is, the moment of the hour. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. I know, I want you, yeah. It's done! Oh my goodness, it's done. Yay. And now I will show you the messy bus to show you what I'm talking about here, what we're talking about. So, yay, so pink insulation, all these cracks in the entire bus had to get covered, right? So as you can see, this is the paper mess that comes, each piece is covered with paper. The whole roll is covered with paper on the backside because of the adhesive. And as you can see, there's already 2 pieces of plywood. So the next thing is I'm gonna be getting the plywood in. Oh my God, when the plywood is in, I'm gonna throw a freaking celebration. It's gonna be amazing, so yeah. Oh my goodness, yeah. It's the final piece, yeah. Oh my God, look at that. Fits like a charm. It's a little bent, but guess what? Wood ain't always straight, kids. Remember that. Wood ain't always straight. So here it is, the moment that I've been waiting for so long. And as with bent wood, it takes a little bit of persuasion. Yes, kids, this is push energy. In a good way. Sometimes you have to push a little bit to get things to happen, right? And being that it's officially a new moon in Aries today, new moon in Aries, and guess what? My moon, for those that actually care, my moon's in Aries, and my sun's in Aries, which means I am full in alignment for this moon cycle, and it's happening. It's happening. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. The last screw going in right there. Yay! Oh my goodness. So excited. It's a happy dance. It's a happy dance. It's a happy dance. Look at this, kids. All right. Coming in. Look at that. Fresh, clean plywood. All the way back. Oh my God. It's fresh, clean plywood. All the way down. The subfloor is done. Subfloor is done. Subfloor is done. Yeah, subfloor is done. Woo woo. It took longer than I was expecting, but it's done. Yay! All right. I'm going to end this with a fiend, and subfloor is done. On to the next project. Stay tuned to the next video.